What is up, ladies and gentlemen? We are the Downstairs Hooligans coming at you with another sports podcast. We're going to be going over Egghead of the Week, our last week's picks for the football games, and this week's picks for the NFL football games and other NFL news and drama in the league. So let's get right into it. I hate the Broncos, period. I hope the franchise dies. I hope Colorado just gets destroyed.
Well, the Bears are better than the Broncos. They deserve that win.
Well, no.
They definitely deserve the win.
Definitely not. The
They
Broncos
came in
defense
big.
is the worst. Like, they just choked in the last 30 seconds. They did what the Saints did what the Bears did.
It was a great moment for Bears fans. Him
I-
making that 2-yarder to win the game. After last year in the playoffs.
With Cody Parkey.
I was hoping, especially for Egghead of the Week, that the Bears were winning, just knowing because I picked them.
I picked him too.
I picked him as well.
And I picked the Broncos, who lost by 2 points with 1 second left. Whew, what a bad pick on my part.
In the end, it was because
Okay.
you guys lost.
You're right, dude. You're totally right.
Should we just go over the
Yes.
Thursday night's game?
Yes.
The Buccaneers and Panthers. The Buccaneers winning 20-14.
That was a shocker.
I mean,
I didn't see that one coming.
yeah, neither did I. I thought the Panthers were going to look pretty good. Christian McCaffrey has been balling this year. I didn't expect Jameis Winston to do anything, but I never do. So,
Yeah.
Facts.
I expected something. Like, at that point, I expect a little bit more out of him than what he showed. I mean, he did pull out the dub, though, but there was still a lot
I
of
just
nothing.
expected more from the Panthers than I did from the Buccaneers.
yeah, like I just
I
think
guess that
Jameis
is
Winston is
true.
bad.
Cam
Like-
Newton did look hurt, though, going towards the end of the game. Like, you could see on, like, the first quarter, he looked all right, he looked pretty good. But then once it got towards the end of the game, he was just making very bad throws. Like, his ankle was hurting him, you could tell. So, that's just something else that the Panthers need to worry about. Cam Newton getting hurt yet again.
Ooh.
That game sucked.
Chris Godwin is the best wideout in Tampa Bay.
He's a baller.
He's good.
He is better
He
than Mike
somehow
Evans.
puts up consistent numbers, even though Jameis Winston is so bad, and he is the number 2 wideout behind Mike Evans.
He's been the way better wideout this year too.
I guess Mike Evans has been sick, but
Sick.
I feel like people just
Sick,
double
sure.
cover Mike Evans and they don't cover Godwin as much, and Godwin just finds open space.
oh, most definitely. That's for sure what happens.
It's the next game.
The 49ers and Bengals, and the 49ers beat them 41-17
Yeah, well, fuck the Bengals.
because the 49ers are the real deal this year.
They are.
I expected this at
Jimmy
some
G.
point from Jimmy G. Like,
I knew he was a legend.
he went 6-0 before
Exactly.
tearing his ACL. Like, there had to have been some spurts coming from him, and I'm
He-
glad to see something here.
He threw for 3 touchdowns. The run game looked great for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Or, I mean, for the 49ers, not the Buccaneers.
Yeah, I mean, the only good thing about the the Bengals right now is John Ross, and he is like top for rushing yards in the NFL right now.
Andy
Or
Dalton.
receiving yards.
Andy Dalton's looking
Andy Dalton
pretty
looked good too, yeah.
I think he's leading the league in passing yards.
He's a third
going
in the
through
league.
TV. Oh, third. Of course,
He
Patrick Mahomes.
is a baller.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes. And
Do
then-
not sleep on that ginger.
Don't sleep
I
on
mean,
the Ginger
I'll
Ninja.
sleep on their defense like every day.
Okay, yeah, their defense is terrible, but that's because they lost Vontaze Burfict.
Yeah, that was definitely the game breaker was Vontaze Burfict.
He brought some intensity, man.
He brought a lot of concussions.
Oh, yeah.
He was the game breaker.
I hate that dude.
Yeah, he's not good.
He's a dirty player, and I'm glad Juju shook his world.
And now he's in Oakland with all.
And, yeah, and a trash can team.
Yeah, they're all right.
They're just a bunch of trashy
Well, they
players,
did-
though. It's like they just have a bunch of trashy players, and then there's a Derek Carr.
Yeah, Derek Carr's like a preppy white kid.
Yeah, he's just like he's just like a country guy. He's he's born, he's
He's a
brought up
kiss ass.
well. He does everything he's supposed to do. He's everything you could ask for in a QB.
Not
Yeah,
really. You only
I
put,
mean,
like, a-
He
Like when
threw
it comes
right
to,
to the
like,
Chiefs'
I'm
defense.
referring to like his personality, like him,
okay.
how he handles himself, how he carries himself. He doesn't let all the media get to him. He's everything you'd want in a QB, but then there's just, I don't know, a bunch of hoodlums that he's playing with in Oakland. It's with Gruden as his coach, like
Yeah,
it's
it's
crazy.
After that 11-point performance, I instantly dropped him off my fantasy. I didn't
He
want
put
that
up those
shit.
11 points in like 2 minutes of the game,
That's true.
And then, he
and then
shit
after
bed.
that, yeah, he didn't do nothing. Nothing.
Next game was the Lions beating the Chargers 13-10.
I think the Chargers got snuffed.
I think you never know what you're gonna get out of Matt Stafford and the Lions.
Austin Eckler Egghead got called back twice. And
Yeah,
it
Justin
was supposed to
Jackson
be a
got called back
touchdown.
on like a long
Yeah.
touchdown run.
Him too.
Eckler got called back.
Yes. So I think the Chargers got snuffed, and I don't think the Lions. I think the Lions are just like they come out of nowhere at like in the fourth quarter.
They're just like an average team.
They can always take one.
Yeah, it's just,
Average.
They're
yeah.
just average. Like I don't
Kenny
know. I don't
Galladay.
know if anyone expects anything big from them, but I don't expect them to be terrible.
I expect them to have a
Kenny
better
Galladay's a
season
baller.
than last
He's
season.
pretty good. Don't they have Kerryon Johnson too?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's pretty good. too.
he's all right.
That's a solid 2 for a solid QB. Just an average lineup.
They lack everywhere else, though.
Yeah.
Adam Vinatieri's thinking about retiring too, so good riddance.
I'd say if he has like one more bad week, then
See ya.
he's probably gonna retire.
The boot man will get the boot.
I know that
Plays-
Dalt has him too in fantasy this week, so I'm just hoping for a couple of
Missed field goals.
missed field goals, missed extra points. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
The Vikings lost to the Packers 21-16.
That was surprising.
Close game.
I think it could have gone either way. I went with the Vikings because they looked really good against the Falcons, but
the Vikings looked really good in this game too.
you can never underestimate
Mm.
Aaron Rodgers.
I know. I don't know how they pulled it
I
off.
do.
I guess just after so many years of the Packers defense just being garbage, I just kind of thought that their defense would be garbage again this year. But their defense is actually decent this
Number
year.
4
decent.
secondary in the NFL. I know they give up. Never mind. They're bad in the secondary.
I'm honestly just shocked by their defense in general. Like, Aaron Rodgers has been waiting for this for a while. He's like, hey, you guys have not given me an O-line. You guys haven't given me a defense. You guys have just been saying, hey, we have Aaron Rodgers. We can just try and outscore him and let something happen. Well, now they finally got him someone. And Aaron Jones looked pretty good, too.
Yeah.
So,
Dalvin Cook looked great for the Vikings. He has
he
the
did.
past 2 weeks.
Hopefully he stays healthy, because if he does, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. He's an animal.
I still don't know about Kirk Cousins. He threw 14 for 32 in the game.
Oh
Kirk
my
Cousins isn't
God.
good.
He had under 50% completion percentage.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins definitely is a liability for the Vikings. The Vikings will
Yeah.
go as far as their quarterback will let them go.
And the Packers defense isn't even that great.
It's a lot better this year than past
yeah,
years.
it's bad.
though.
Yeah, they were terrible, but now they're like okay.
They're average.
So
I
yeah, I was
expect
just
a lot from the
shocked.
Packers this year.
I
Super
expect
Bowl
them to
bound.
be. I expect them to be a sleeper team, but I don't expect a lot of them. So like, if they were to lose in the first round of the playoffs,
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, okay, I expected that.
They're going to the Super Bowl.
No.
They are.
Definitely not. No.
They're going to the Super Bowl.
You think the Chiefs will lose to the Packers?
No, I think
The
they're
Packers
going
are
to
the
the Super
NFC.
Bowl.
Well, I mean, okay, so you think the Rams will lose to the Packers?
Yes.
You're fucking crazy, dude.
That's my hot
bold.
take. The Packers are
That's-
going to the
that's
Super
a
Bowl.
You
hot
guys are
take.
forgetting about the Cowboys here.
And you're forgetting about the Cowboys. And you're forgetting about
Packers are better than the
Seattle.
Cowboys.
yeah, Seattle and Dallas.
I'll sleep on Seattle.
Dude, you could sleep all day. We're going to be fucking amazing.
Sky, dude, quit sucking Aaron Rodgers' dick.
Bro, he is the best quarterback in the league. He literally is.
Dude,
last,
shut up.
last week you were just saying Drew Brees was the best, bro.
I've seen the light.
You
And Aaron Rodgers
You just
is the
switch
light
up
light to
every
hell.
week. See,
Aaron Rodgers is the light at the end of the
jumping
tunnel.
from QB to QB. Aaron Rodgers gets hurt.
you're
Aaron
just gonna
Rodgers-
hop on
Oh,
whoever.
This year,
Patty's
actually,
the
I'm gonna go
best
ahead and say
QB.
it. This year, Aaron Rodgers gets his second Super Bowl.
No. No,
You are
Yeah.
just no,
crazy.
just
No,
no.
that's
way.
what's happening.
No
That's
way.
what's
Definitely not.
wanna
Definitely
put, you want to
not.
put
That's
something
not
on
gonna
that?
happen.
Huh?
You want
You
to
wanna
put
put
something
something
on
on
that?
I'll put $10 on the Packers.
Put
winning
your
the
money
Super
where
Bowl.
your mouth
You'll
is.
put 10 bucks.
I'll put
I'll
10
bet you
bucks.
10 bucks.
I'll put 10
I'll
bucks
bet you
right
10
now
bucks.
that they don't make the conference championship.
Ooh.
That's gonna be easy for them because they're going to win the Super Bowl.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Put your money where
Especially
your mouth
like
is.
you look at the AFC, bro. When they have the Patriots with Antonio Brown and the Chiefs who are in talks with Jalen Ramsey. Even then, like,
Listen.
how could they be? Even if they made it to the NFC Championship, or even if they made it to the Super Bowl, how could they win against that AFC
I
powerhouses?
don't care. The Packers are winning it all.
Dude,
Whatever
all your
you
facts
say,
right now doesn't matter. They're going to win.
They are.
This guy's just got this strong feeling in his gut.
He just
called
knows.
Stinky cheeks.
I know. I just know. All right.
Dude, fuck.
Next game is the Colts beating the Titans 19-17
Bullshit game
in
again.
Tennessee. No, it was a good win
I
for the Colts.
honestly, I didn't expect the Colts to win that. Though.
I did.
I didn't.
I didn't.
Jacoby Brissett, breakout player of the year. T.Y. Hilton, still a baller. Marlon Mack, sleeper.
Yes,
But
sir.
Derrick Henry and Marcus Mariota looked so good week 1.
They did.
And their defense is really good,
Yeah,
too.
their
The Titans'
defense-
defense is really good.
They're always
Yeah.
stingy, so like I expected them to be better, especially with Jacoby Brissett. Like I'm still not sold on him.
No, I just think the Colts are a better team.
Without
Where
Andrew
at?
Luck,
Huh?
Where are they better at?
Their wideouts are better.
you think they're better without Andrew Luck?
I think Jacoby Brissett might be better than Marcus Mariota.
I don't know about
It's
that.
kind of early.
Maybe if Jacoby Brissett was in his position to where he was playing in the league consistently, starting for a couple years, maybe.
Yeah.
But like he's rusty as hell. He hasn't played in years, bro.
He ain't
He's been a
rusty, bro.
backup.
He's a hitter. And then I think Derrick Henry's better than Marlon Mack.
I agree.
I agree.
And then I think the
Yeah.
Colts defense is better than the Titans defense.
No.
That's where we disagree.
No.
Okay.
The reason being is Cameron Wake had 3 sacks first week. He was NFC Defensive Player of the Week, and their defense is actually really good.
He's an animal.
He's an animal. Like, they're just solid.
The Dolphins lost everyone they had. That was good.
The next
They
game
did.
makes
They've
me
already clocked out this season.
The next game makes me ask the question of are the Dolphins actually the worst team in NFL history?
Yes.
Because they lost 43-0 to the Patriots and they've lost like 108-10 over the last 2 weeks.
And next week
combined.
they're gonna lose like 100-0 to the Cowboys. Ryan Fitzpatrick's gonna throw a career high of 25 picks.
I won't be surprised if they start Ryan Fitzpatrick after he threw 2 pick sixes against the Patriots.
We'll start Josh Rosen.
Pick City, baby.
Even if
The
Josh
Dolphins-
Rogens is shit.
Dolphins are going to upset the Cowboys.
Dude, pick it then, bitch.
Pick it, yeah, pick it
I ain't
right
picking
now.
that
She won't
shit.
pick
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You're a jokester. You're a
I am.
jester.
You're a fool.
But I actually do. The Dolphins
Dolph-
are the worst team in NFL
Yeah,
history.
at this point they're just trying to get picks. Like they're just
They're trying to rebuild again.
Yeah.
They have nobody.
See,
Like,
all,
literally
their,
Nobody.
all their good picks that they had, they were all busts. Like all the picks that they were relying on to come out, they just haven't been lucky as a franchise in general.
I mean, like, the most known player on their team is Kenyon Drake.
He's
And that
not
dude is
even
terrible.
known.
That dude's bad.
he's like middle of the pack.
He's a
running back.
secondary-
He's like a 25th running
He's
back.
a second string running back playing the starting position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like third string running back, actually.
The Bills beat the Giants 28-14.
Yeah, Eli Manning sucks. I called it. Daniel Jones is going to start, and I'm glad
Josh
he
Allen,
is.
baby.
Josh Allen.
He honestly, he has like no one to throw to, but he's still been playing
He's got
really
John
good.
Brown.
We've
Pitt-
been over
Pitt
this
State
for the
product.
past 2 weeks.
Pitt State.
But yeah,
Doesn't
they
he
have
Cole
like
Beasley.
yeah,
He
he has
best
Colt.
route runner in the NFL.
He was one of them. Yes.
I mean, I thought the Giants would do better,
But-
honestly.
Yeah, and the Giants literally had nobody at wide out. Like,
Well,
actually.
yeah, because everybody got hurt.
Exactly.
Everybody's dying. On
They
the Giants.
just I would have handed off to Saquon every play.
Yeah, same.
I wonder how they're going to handle it with Daniel Jones now. I wonder if they're in like attack mode. If they're just going to be like, all right, now that we are trying a new guy, let's have Saquon run the ball 25 times in one game.
Attack mode.
Yeah, I wonder how they're going to handle it. Or if they're just going to consider this season already an L, even
It's
with
already
Daniel.
an L?
Yeah,
It's
even
already
with
an L.
starting Daniel Jones.
I think it's already now because of their defense.
Well, yeah, we can all sit here and think it's already an L, but like if you look at the
True, Daniel
Steelers,
Jones.
if you look at the Steelers, even with them coming in, their backup quarterback coming in, they're still in like win mode. Like
True.
they're still
But
trying to win.
he did
games.
good.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think the Steelers have a better surrounding team,
They have a better defense for sure.
and I think Mason Rudolph is a better quarterback than Daniel Jones.
It's
I
hot.
don't think so. I think Daniel Jones is better, and I think that Saquon ranks above Juju as their best players on offense, their best offensive weapons.
Okay,
And then you look,
but
and then you look at the wide receiver core. I think James Conner this year has been matching up with Sterling Shepard,
And the
even though
Gi-
he's been having a concussion.
the Giants have Saquon, dude, but look at their wideouts. There's nobody right now.
They just have Sterling Shepard, but he's been out with concussions.
Sterling Shepard.
I think it comes down to the defenses again. You guys aren't the Giants' defense is booty cheeks.
Well, yeah, and the Steelers defense
They're
is
not-
better.
They're terrible,
It's bad.
except for like up front.
No, yeah, they're
No, it's
awful.
bad.
They're a
dude.
bad defense.
Up front, they're not terrible.
No, it's bad.
It's bad.
Bad.
Like
Very,
It's very bad.
Up front, they're not terrible.
Okay.
Yeah.
They might not be terrible, but they're bad.
Yeah, they're pretty bad, dude.
Thing is, the Giants suck. That's all I got from that game. It confirmed what I already believed. The Giants suck,
Yep.
The Giants do
The
suck.
Giants.
and the Bills are 2-0.
The
Maybe
Bills are
they
2-0.
win that division. Maybe they take out the
Oh my.
Patriots.
Dude, shut. You got a lot of hot takes today.
They're both they're both
The
2-0.
Buffalo
They're
Bills.
both 2-0.
The Bills.
Next game, the Seattle Seahawks steal one in the city
Again.
of Steel.
They steal one again. And they should have won by like 30, and they didn't because we had two fumbles. One was a terrible handoff, and one was TJ Watt just punching the ball like fucking Iron Man, fucking punching Thanos in the fucking nuts.
And
Like
Russell
it was
Wilson.
bad.
Russell Wilson balled the fuck
NFC
out.
Player of the Week, and I should have started him because my quarterback and my starting wide receiver combined for guess what? negative 0.48 points. That's
Russell
how
Wilson.
I lost.
Russell Wilson, 29 for 35 for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns.
NFC Player of the Week. Offensive
He
Player of
is
the
a
Week.
baller.
He's a god.
Him and Dak.
Mason
Turning
Rudolph.
into
I could see
vets.
Mason Rudolph doing something though, because like how he looked against our defense was actually pretty good.
Big Ben is out for the season, and I don't even know what happened to him.
He like tore something in his elbow when he threw the ball.
All I know is he threw the ball, and then he's holding his elbow.
Yeah. I'm sure like that hurt really bad.
Tommy John.
Tommy John.
Probably.
He for sure tore something
He
though.
definitely can't throw with a torn UCL.
No way.
Fuck no.
Like Wes tried doing it as a catcher, and that fucked him up.
Yeah, I remember that. He was always sitting there like, "Ah!" like after he throws the ball, grabbing his arm, like wincing
Just
in
trying to
pain.
make the throw to second base from
Yeah.
behind the plate.
The Seahawks moved to 2-0, and the Steelers look
0-2.
very confused at 0-2.
I think they'll
But
have a
with
way
Mason
better
Rudolph,
season.
They might start to glue things together.
Yeah.
That's why I'm giving Juju one more week before I put him up on the block.
Next game, the Cowboys beat the Redskins 31-21.
Hey. Everything I expected.
It was kind of a close game at one point, right?
Never.
There's always a little
Never.
separation in between them, like
It
7 to
was
10
never-
points of
never a
separation.
It was
Close
never
game.
close.
Dude, the closest it was when it was tied 7-7 at the very first, like towards the end of the first quarter.
Hmm.
And I mean,
But
I think
other
all
than-
of us expected the Cowboys to win that game, though.
I mean, yeah, I'd hope so.
Adrian Peterson had 10 carries for 25 yards.
And a touchdown. He did everything he needed to do.
That dude just needs to retire.
Yeah, at that point,
It's over for him.
He's been in the league.
The
pretty
Cowboys'
long.
defensive line's all right, though. Their defense is good, so maybe that's why he wasn't doing nothing.
Still,
He still got a touchdown.
he's old.
I don't think the Redskins played bad against you guys at all.
No, they didn't. They still put up 21 points.
Yeah. It's a decent score. Like,
Case Keenum.
Case Keenum's not bad.
That's why Dwayne Haskins will not come in for a long while.
I
Even
mean,
though they're losing games, as long as Case Keenum looks all right, they're never going to bench him, I don't think.
mhm.
The Ravens beat the Cardinals 23-17. Lamar Jackson looked great again.
Go figure.
He's looked great the past 2 weeks.
Kyle Murray looks like he's improving a little bit. But
Yeah,
like this is also
Yeah.
week 2.
it's also the Cardinals. though.
I mean, yeah, but
It's like he's starting to settle into the shoes of being an NFL QB, not just a
Settling
college
into the
QB.
shoes of being the first midget in the NFL.
No, not quite.
Yeah, I agree with you. He looks a little better. Like the first game, he looked frazzled for the first 3 quarters, and then it just
He
kind of
started
kicked.
to wake up.
Yeah, so hopefully, I mean, if he consistently does all right, I guess that's what you expect out of the Cardinals. I don't expect him to be any breakout player. Like, I don't expect him to be one of the
A
top
Patty.
QBs.
Yeah.
He doesn't have it in him. But he can make it in this league as long as he just stays consistent and a little
Mhm.
Yeah,
flashy.
definitely.
Yeah.
I don't
Especially
get
with the lack of utility he has. Like, for example, Patty had a lot of utility last year with Kareem Hunt, Tyreek Hill, Samuel Watkins.
Yeah, he doesn't have a whole lot to throw
Travis
to.
Kelce.
He just has Larry Fitzgerald, who is extremely old. I don't.
He's
Somehow
very
he still
old.
gets it done. He got another 100 yards, I think.
Yeah, he did.
Like
He had a one-handed catch too.
What an animal.
He is an animal. He's a baller.
Let's
He
hope
just-
he ends on this good one.
He's just been doing it for so long.
He'll probably retire this season.
Yeah, it has to.
He's got to end on a
He's-
good one. He should
yeah.
retire after this year if he does
The
good.
thing is, he just keeps playing good. Like, I had
doesn't
him, I
need to
had him on
retire.
my fantasy team last year, and he was just consistently balling like
Yeah.
8-10 points, 80 reception yards. Like, I was just so surprised he's actually as productive as he is at such an age.
Mhm.
Yep. Yep.
The Texans beat the Jaguars 13-12.
I think
That-
the Jaguars should have
That
won.
was so
The
close
Jaguars,
at the
yeah.
end.
Yeah.
I think Leonard Fournette got it.
He for
honestly.
sure didn't.
I think he did.
No, the defender was sitting there and out of the end zone, just like a brick wall. He was like holding
No,
him,
bro.
when
I
he's
saw
pushing
the
him.
arm outstretched over
His
the
arm wasn't
line.
stretched whatsoever.
It was.
No, he went head
This guy's
first.
losing it because he thought
He got tripped up, and he went to like make one last little burst jump out. Like, so he was already like in flight. He wasn't like trucking in the end zone. He was already bursting out, and he had the ball with 2 hands. He was already breaking a tackle. He wasn't holding it with one,
He had it over the line.
and he led with his head straight into a defender. He didn't have it.
He had it.
Zach. I thought Zach Ertz had the first down in the game versus the Falcons too. So there's no point in arguing.
The
this
one
with
where
you.
the ref just like moved the ball like a yard ahead.
No. In the
No.
very last drive of the game, when Zach Ertz caught a ball like
He
right
did
on
have the first down though.
No, he was. Oh,
Yeah,
he was
that one.
short.
He was short as hell.
He was short. Like
Yeah.
it was a long
I think he
margin
had it
down
on
his
his
short.
He didn't.
You saw the first angle.
No, like I think he did.
You saw the first.
I
angle
am
from the
really
back, you're like,
glad
"Oh,
you are
look,
not a
he's over the
referee."
line."
You honestly probably belong in as a referee in the NFL.
Yeah.
Just because you didn't make bullshit calls like that,
facts.
like what happened with the fucking Saints, again.
We'll get to that in a second. The Chiefs beat the Raiders 28-10.
Actually, the Raiders didn't look bad in the first drive.
They didn't look
but
bad in the
then
first quarter.
They sucked.
And then Pat Mahomes threw for 4 touchdowns
Hmm.
in the second quarter, and it was over.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here waiting for the day that Patrick Mahomes doesn't ball. Like he's
Yeah.
balled so frequent. It's just consistent. Like he's becoming a consistent elite quarterback at this point. And there's like
Yeah.
I just expect greatness from him. Like if he only throws 2 touchdowns, I'm like, wait, what? That's it?
No.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
When is it gonna be? Nobody knows.
Any wide
Probably not
receiver
anytime
anytime.
soon.
Any wide receiver anytime for the Chiefs can just go
He threw it to a
Yeah.
no-name
Pat Mahomes,
last week.
DeMarcus Robertson.
Yeah,
Robinson.
and he balled.
He threw him to two different no names and two different no
And then
names.
Hardman.
Hartman and Robinson. Yeah, both.
So
of
that's
them
when you
just
know you have a
balled.
good quarterback. When you're throwing
Yeah,
to no
when
names.
he's just
Yeah.
making them better. I mean, I guess they are just little speedster dudes just running around, but
But even
still.
if, yeah. Insane.
The next game was the Bears beating the Broncos 16-14.
Yeah,
Kinda already went
bullshit.
over this. Pinheiro hit a 53-yard game-winning field goal with a second left. Pretty
Yeah,
clutch.
bullshit.
The Bears deserve the win, if I'm going to be honest.
No, they don't. Mitchell Trubisky's the worst thing I've ever seen. He
The
was
Bears
bad
for
this
sure
game
deserve it.
too,
Bro, they won the game.
dude. They won by like field goals.
Got
It
the
happens.
Got
yeah,
the
caught
dub.
the dub.
I can't dispute that. Besides saying the Broncos just fucking
The
suck.
Broncos versus Denver versus Chicago though always seems to be like stingy. It's always like a very defensive game.
Yeah,
I'm just very happy for the Bears.
I'm not.
It seems like that's how it's going to be with the
They could
Bears
just find a
every week,
kicker.
though. That's how it's going to be with the Bears every week. Like
Get into field
Mitchell,
goal range.
yeah, just Mitchell Trubisky, just putting up mediocre numbers, bad numbers, just shitting the bed. Them kicking field goals and their defense just
gets
making
it done for
stops.
'em.
Yeah,
that
their
was my
so-
idea.
So it's literally just going to be like 9-6, 12-9, 14-9, small scores like that.
That has been my NFL idea for a while now.
The Bears just need a new QB.
You get a really good defense, you get a really good kicker, you kick field goals and stop the other team.
Yeah, and they're 1-1, so I guess it's working.
So it's pretty good.
Against the Broncos, dude.
Yep.
Yeah,
Broncos are
Von
a solid
Miller.
team.
Yeah, Von Miller.
They also
Yep.
have Joe Flacco,
You're right.
Emmanuel
Joe
Sanders.
Flacco.
Emmanuel Sanders is a baller.
Yeah. Well, I don't give a shit about that game anymore.
Next game was the Rams and Saints. Rams 27-9.
Sucks for
More
Rams.
controversial calls in this game for the Saints.
I mean, I still think the Saints would have lost, but
well,
it
yeah,
would
they
at least
still
helped
would've
them.
lost, but it would have looked better.
Yeah. But
The real story was Drew Brees tearing a ligament in his thumb.
yeah, this week was just the worst week
Yeah.
of football for me ever.
It was a bad week for quarterbacks.
Very bad.
Very bad.
Not
yeah.
for Dak.
Didn't
Not
Baker
for
go
Russell.
off? I think Baker went off, didn't he?
Baker
No.
threw like a pick or two.
Baker threw a touchdown. Did he throw a pick?
He threw a
He
pick.
threw a pick.
He threw a pick straight to the Jets.
OBJ got that like 84-yard.
89.
Yeah.
89.
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp balled 120 yards. You never know what three of those wideouts is going to do good.
It's
though.
always going to be one of them. Just
Yeah.
each week.
Just
Yeah.
one of them.
But I expected the Saints to win this until Drew Brees went out. But Teddy Bridgewater could always show up. He is a Pro Bowl quarterback.
Did I
In
pick the Saints? Did I
2015.
pick the Saints for that
Yeah.
game?
We all picked the
We all picked the
Saints.
Saints.
That was retarded on my part.
It's retarded on my part.
It was
Starting
retarded on
Drew
my part.
Brees.
Honestly,
Well, yeah, but
this is it. This is the year. Teddy Bridgewater leads the Saints
No.
to the when's Drew Brees come back in 6 weeks? So
Yeah,
they will
like
go.
6
They'll go
weeks.
like 5-1 with Teddy Bridgewater.
I said
They'll be
Teddy
fine. They'll be
Bridgewater
fine.
gets hurt next game.
They'll be like
If-
they'll be like 6-2, 7-2.
if
when
Teddy
Drew Brees
Bridgewater
comes back.
goes 2-4, 3-3, then
I'm shocked.
yeah, then the Saints they're happy. They're like, whoa, we pulled
Yeah.
off 50-50 with this backup quarterback. They're still in it.
Teddy
See,
Bridgewater
now,
and the Saints.
now if they just go on a losing streak, then the Saints are just out of the playoff run.
Which
Teddy-
There's just
look
no
who they're
chance.
playing next: Seattle, the Cowboys, and then another like the Patriots or something.
Teddy Bridge-
Yeah,
Bridgewater-
they play New England.
who they play next?
I'm pretty sure they play like Seattle's next this week. But I'm pretty
basically-
sure
Yeah.
the Cowboys are next week
Uh-huh.
after Seattle, and I'm pretty sure the Patriots are
The
after.
greatest-
I could be wrong.
The greatest 3-game stretch ever. Teddy Bridgewater and the Saints beat the Seahawks, beat the Cowboys, beat the
Oh,
Patriots.
they
Back
play
to
the-
back
That'd
to
be
back.
nice. That'd be nice.
They don't play they play the Seahawks, then the Cowboys, and then the Bucks, which I could see the Bucks winning.
I could too.
I could
Yeah.
see the Jags beating them.
I could too.
I could see the Bears beating them,
Yep.
and I could see the Cardinals beating them.
Okay, never mind. Then two games in a row, they beat the Seahawks and,
And
the
then they-
Cowboys.
and then they play
You're
the-
saying Seattle has a less likely chance to winning than the Buccaneers.
No, they'd beat the Buccaneers too. But I'm saying in these next 2 games, Teddy
You're
Bridgewater
so fucking
leads the
stupid.
Saints over the Seahawks and the Cowboys. It would be a great story.
That
It
would
would
be
be a great
monumental.
story.
Yes.
Teddy Bridgewater
But
throws for
this
300
is the
yards.
worst time Drew Brees could have gone out.
He
And
throws for 300
Drew
yards and
Brees
3
comes-
touchdowns
Drew
each
Brees
game.
comes back and goes against the Falcons. And the Bucks again, which they'll beat. And the Packers, which could be tough. Then they play against the Falcons again.
Yeah,
The 49ers, who at that point could be good.
gods.
Yeah.
The Colts, who you're sitting there praising. The Titans, who I think are decent. And the Panthers, who could be another tough game. So the rest of their schedule is not too easy.
It's pretty hard, actually.
No, okay.
Yeah,
no,
their
but here's the
schedule,
thing.
they have a good schedule. It's
You
going to be rough.
underestimate Teddy Bridgewater.
I will sleep on Teddy Bridgewater until
will
I
sleep
die.
These next
too.
2 games,
These next 2 games, I will sleep on
for
Teddy.
200 to 300 yards and 3 touchdowns each of them.
That's
Beats
the hottest
Seahawks,
take I've
beats the
ever.
Cowboys.
Oh my god!
Beats
Beats the
Seahawks,
Cowboys
beats the
too.
Cowboys.
Okay,
And
see,
then he beats the Bucks. He's
you're-
3-0. He beats the Jags. He's 4-0. He beats the Bears. He's 5-1. He goes 5-1 this stretch until Drew Brees comes
so
back.
you're just sitting here, just speaking blasphemy, just
All right.
bullshit, just gibberishing bullshit.
Gibberish.
You gotta be punished
What
for
you gotta
these. When you put these out
Yeah,
there like
like,
that,
you're making
you
the
know
biggest
you're
fucking-
just bullshitting.
You're already calling your
you gotta
week
be
3 and week
punished.
4 games for the
So what
Saints.
is there?
You can't change
You're saying that they
You've
beat
already-
this.
You've
You've already
picked the
said
Saints.
it.
Shut up.
So
You
like,
just
you're-
said
it.
You just said it.
What
dude.
you gotta understand is that Teddy Bridgewater is a Pro Bowl quarterback.
In 2015.
He is a great QB
That was 4
Then
years
why did you start
ago.
over Drew Brees?
because Drew Brees is one of the best all time.
So you're
Teddy
saying
Bridgewater-
they lost one of the
Teddy
best
Bridgewater
of all time
starts-
QBs.
Teddy Bridgewater starts for a lot of would start for some teams in the NFL right now.
The Dolphins.
maybe yeah,
Dolphins.
maybe 1 or 2.
The Dolphins. He'd
Broncos.
start for the Jets. He's better than
Right-
Sam Darnold.
right now.
No, he's better than Sam
not.
Darnold.
He's
They
not.
wouldn't start him over
Please.
Sam
Would he start over?
Darnold.
What
Would he
do
start
you
over Joe
mean?
Flacco?
No,
Yeah.
Matt
Yes.
Stafford?
no,
No.
No, not Matt Stafford. He'd start with Joe Flacco.
So he
I
wouldn't
don't
start over
think
Matt
so.
Stafford.
Mm-mm.
And you think he's gonna take the Saints to beat
Dude,
the Seahawks?
Teddy
and the Cowboys?
Bridgewater
Yes.
is like a Geno Smith. Like he's not.
I think
good
it's one of those
anymore.
things. I think it's one of
He's
those
just not
things.
good anymore.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where like the odds are stacked against him.
Would he
And
start?
he just shows up.
All right, let's go through this real quick. All the starters. Would he start over Kyler Murray?
Yes.
No.
No.
Matt Ryan? No.
No.
Lamar Jackson?
No.
No.
Josh Allen? No.
No.
Wait, you have to let me get my take. You have to let. You guys are saying no as a group. Let me get my take in.
This is a democratic.
Okay, let me get
Debate.
mine, and then,
Okay,
you guys,
dude.
and then you guys say it. Something.
So are you saying he's starting over Josh Allen?
Yes.
You're fucking
Crazy.
retarded.
Cam Newton?
No.
No.
All right, what about Mitchell Trubisky?
Yes.
I wouldn't.
No, I still wouldn't.
I
You
think
don't-
yes over Mitch because Mitch has not performed.
Bruh.
Mitch's cheeks.
Then again, I haven't seen
Bruh.
anything from Terry Bridgewater because he's been behind Drew
Mitch's
Brees.
cheeks,
I don't
but
know.
Mitch's cheeks, but it was enough to get the job done against the Broncos.
Teddy Bridgewater is a backup for a reason.
Do you like just putting salt in my wound? Just 'cause
Would
I
he
missed
start
one
over Andy
bad
Dalton?
game.
Dude,
No.
don't even start with putting salt.
Hey.
You danced around my room saying I'm gonna win fantasy. I'm gonna win fantasy.
Yeah, because Drew Brees I thought was gonna be healthy, and
From-
same with Deshaun Jackson.
From
Well-
first to worst.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
Well, I
I'm
get-
way better now.
Dude, but when you look at... Okay, so then there's Andy Dalton. He's not better than.
Nope.
You look at Baker Mayfield, no.
No.
Dak Prescott, no.
No.
Joe Flacco, no. Matt
No.
Stafford,
Joe
no.
Flacco, yes.
All right, whatever. Aaron Rodgers, no. Deshaun Watson, no.
No.
He would start for the Jacksonville Jaguars right now, but would he start over Nick Foles?
No.
No, that dude has a ring.
Patrick Mahomes, no.
Nope.
Phillip Rivers, no. Jared
No.
Goff, no.
No.
Ryan Fitzpatrick, I think we can all
Yes.
agree.
Yes.
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 Okay. Ryan Fitzpatrick, yes. Kirk Cousins, no.
No.
Possibly.
No.
Kirk Cousins got signed to a fat contract,
bad.
bro. Tom Brady, no.
Yeah, that's debatable.
Daniel Jones.
Okay,
Daniel
the Tom Brady one
Jones.
isn't serious, but the other ones I'm serious
Daniel
about.
Jones,
Yes, he's better
no.
than Daniel Jones. Please stop. We haven't seen Daniel Jones playing the actual game.
When have we seen Teddy Bridgewater play in the last
Yeah,
4
what the
years?
fuck?
He played last game.
Dude. And it hasn't been impressive. That's what we're saying.
He played for
He
the
wouldn't
Vikings.
start over.
He played great for the Vikings
Listen,
like 2 years.
yes,
3 years ago.
1 year. RG3 had a phenomenal rookie season. Where's he at now?
Dude, don't compare him to RG3.
Dude, you're right. RG3 is probably better off than
RG3
he
is
is.
bad.
He's a Geno Smith quarterback. That's
Derek
what
Carr.
I see Teddy Bridgewater.
Derek
He's better
Carr,
than Derek
no.
Carr.
Carson
No.
Wentz, no.
Keep sleeping on Teddy Bridgewater.
Honestly,
then.
Maybe him
No,
over
like,
Mason
keep
Rudolph.
sleeping on
Dude,
Teddy
all your
Bridgewater.
picks now are going to be Saints for the next week, just so you know.
No,
matter who
it
they face.
isn't.
No,
picked it.
no.
You've
Even
already
though
picked
Teddy
it.
Bridgewater's the best quarterback.
You
He's a Pro
literally,
Bowler.
you literally said they were going to beat the Cowboys.
You said they were going to go
And
5-1.
the Falcons.
So
You said they were going to go
you
5-1.
cannot
You
back
can't
down
go
out
back
of those
on your
picks.
word.
You said they'd beat the
So you
Seahawks
fucked
and
yourself,
the
buddy.
Cowboys.
You fucked yourself, buddy.
The
Good job,
Saints-
Sky.
The
Egghead
Saints are
Sky.
going to go to the NFC Championship, and they're going to lose to the Packers, who are then going to go to the Super Bowl.
First of all, you forgot about Seattle and the Cowboys.
All right, next game. Falcons beat the Eagles 24-20.
I'm
on
happy
Sunday
I'm-
Night Football.
I'm not going to be Egghead anymore.
Yeah, it's Egghead Sky.
Egghead Sky.
Honestly, I'm
Fucked
scared
up.
for Carson Wentz. Honestly, the game looked like World War II.
Dude.
Like there
It looked bad. People were dropping back.
yeah.
People were
There was
falling
people
left
just,
and right.
just sitting in agonizing pain, just like sitting there
Every-
beating their
yeah.
arm on the
That was
on
bad.
the field, just and yeah.
Like their fucking leg got
There was
broken.
so many injured people. Like even Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz
went
had to
the
sit out a
test.
couple plays. Yeah,
Crazy. I'm scared for him.
Eagles started.
He's like 2 big hits away from just getting absolutely
ribs
and
cave
utterly
in.
just gone.
If
Yeah,
it comes
he's
down to
punished.
it, if he gets out for the season, pick up Teddy
They're
Bridgewater.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god. If anything, I'm trading Daniel Jones to Cruz for fucking like Aaron Jones or something.
Bro, Daniel Jones.
I-
Bad.
I think Daniel Jones could have a really good season.
If you offered me Daniel Jones or Teddy Bridgewater, I'm taking Bridgewater any day of the week.
I mean, it's fine.
I
That's
feel
your
like
opinion.
Jones doesn't have anyone to throw to other than Shepard, though. Like they have no one.
Evan Ingram.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. They do
He's
have Evan.
bad.
He's not. He's actually
He-
he's
he's
really
bad.
fast.
He's a tight end who runs a 40
He's
faster than
bad.
wide receivers.
Evan Ingram is bad. Like he's actually legitimately bad.
Derek Carr's just bad too.
You're bad.
You're bad at judging a quarterback who's a Pro Bowler.
Ooh, Pro Bowl,
Teddy Bridgewater, Pro Bowler.
Pro Bowl or Super Bowl?
Monday night game. Browns destroy the Jets 23-3.
We all saw that one coming.
I mean, the only thing that looked good for the Jets was Le'Veon.
And
I
Nick
guess Falk looked
Yeah,
all
Falk.
right.
Falk. Or
You guys are
whatever his
hyping
name
him
was.
up like he's
He
something.
was a promising third.
He did better than
stringer.
Simeon. That's for fucking
Simeon
sure.
snapped
I was-
his fucking ankle, dude.
I was hoping.
Did you guys see that?
Yeah, he
didn't
snapped
see
his
that.
ankle.
Dude,
like actually,
what happened was he was scrambling out of the pocket and he stood into a throw and a defensive lineman, it was Myles Garrett, he tackled him head on and like, you know how like he had his right foot in front of his left whenever he's going out to throw, or his left
he a
foot
lefty?
his left foot in front of his right, you know,
Okay.
when he's going out to throw.
Yeah.
And so his right foot's sitting there in the back, you know,
Uh-huh.
and he goes to throw, and it's like, you know, after he throws it, his like back right leg's kind of like bent, you know, in that
Yeah,
bent
that
position.
pivot.
Well, he's pivoting it, and then Myles Garrett hits him straight on the chest. He just folds back like a lawn chair, and his foot stays in that position.
Yeah, foot stays in
His
that.
foot stays in that exact position, like pivoted like that, and he just lands straight back on it. Just
Oh my god!
you just watched it either pop out of place or snap.
Just get fucked.
Something, yeah, something happened. It messed him up.
I was hoping Folk. I was kind of hoping Folk got hurt just so we could see
What?
Le'Veon at QB.
You can't wish. You
Okay,
can't
okay.
wish
That's
injury on
fucked up,
anyone.
dude. You're a
okay,
fucked up
like
person.
okay, I'm talking like a sprained knee or something, dude.
Dude, that's
still
terrible.
That's
You're
not
a
bad.
bad person.
That's still bad.
That's not bad. A sprained
What are you
ankle.
talking
Come
about?
on, that ain't bad. He's the
Let's go.
third-
Let's go sprain your ankle, and we'll see how bad it is.
Yeah, I sprained my ankle
Spray injury
before.
for players.
I just wanted to see Le'Veon.
I just
at
want to
QB.
inflict
Did you
some
want to see Drew
pain.
Brees get hurt? Did you want to see Big Ben get hurt?
I mean,
Alshon,
Drew Brees got
Deshaun?
hurt, and now the prodigy has come up.
Oh my!
You're picking the Saints for the next 6 weeks. Just
5
'cause you're-
weeks.
5 weeks. Just because you're saying that shit.
What?
That's what you said.
It's literally what you
He's
said.
the prodigy, dude.
It's literally what
He
you've
is a
been.
You can't
prodigy.
change
All right.
it.
All right,
You can't
well,
change it now.
Egghead of the week was me, 17.
Yeah, the points end up being right now. Zach and Caleb were in the lead with 20. I'm in second with 19, and PJ's is sitting in last.
And
with
I would
17.
be at least tied with Sky, but the Broncos said no, so it's fine. Since he's picking the Saints every week, I'll be okay.
The Saints again.
You'll just
Egghead Sky.
consistently see me up there
First
on
game.
top.
What's the
First
first game?
for week 3, Jacksonville and Tennessee. Tomorrow night's game.
I honestly can see this going any way. Because
Tennessee's winning it.
Well, I see Tennessee winning it too, but I can see Minshew actually coming out, having a more solid game. Texans defense is really good, but the Titans defense is really good. I do see Titans winning this one though.
Titans for sure.
Minshew's style, though. He's a very stylish man.
I like his style.
The Titans are just good. And now that I have Derrick Henry on my fantasy team, I just want him to go off. Just feed Derrick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He is big.
I think he'll
He
do
is
really
strong. He is fast. He is built like an animal. He's like 6'4".
He is built.
He's like
6'5".
6'3".
I thought he was 6'5".
What?
Yeah, he's tall, and he's like 235,
Derrick
240.
Henry.
Damn.
He's tall as shit.
So
He's
he's
just-
just an animal.
he's
He's a
a-
pure athlete running the
Yes,
ball.
literally like a tight end.
Oh, he's 6'3", 247,
Oh, so yeah,
and he's fast. So
he trucks.
So yeah,
Titans.
I think we're all
Titans
going
all the way
Titans.
around.
Yeah, just because I don't know, Jacksonville. Nah.
Next game is the Bengals in Buffalo to face the Bills, and you already know who I'm going with.
I think the Bills are going to win this one.
Who are you going
Bills.
with? Bills. I think the Bills. Oof, the Bills are they look good, but their lack of wide receivers is what scares me.
Wait, don't they have Frank Gore?
They do.
And
Have,
De- yeah,
they do have
Devin
Frank
Singletary.
Gore.
They're winning the
have
Super
Frank
Bowl.
Gore.
They got Frank Gore, the veteran.
I have Frank Gore on my team.
Are you going to start him?
No,
No.
It wouldn't matter.
he got like a 1 yard touchdown.
He didn't
last
do
week.
anything last year, that's for sure.
I think that it's going to be I feel like it's not going to be a low-scoring game. I feel like it's just going to be kind of boring in general.
It's
like
like interesting.
it'll probably just be like 17-19 or something like that. I'm going to go with the Bills though,
Yeah, same.
just
In
because
Buffalo.
The
they're
Bengals
2-0.
They look more
defense.
consistent.
They're
than
2-0, so
the
like
Bengals.
they've figured out something.
They're 2-0.
Yeah.
They're tied for first. In
Yeah.
But Andy
the AFC
Dalton
East
does
or
have a
whatever.
lot of passing yards. John Ross
Andy
is
Dalton
doing
has
really
been
good.
slinging though. That's the problem.
But
Yeah.
the defense.
But the defense
I
is
feel
the
yeah,
problem.
the Bills stingy D.
And the Bengals
takes the
and the
shitty
Bengals
D.
terrible
Yeah.
defense.
The Bengals have a really bad defense, as we saw.
So
Cole
it's
Beasley.
Buffalo
John
all the way
Brown,
around.
Pretty good game.
Yeah.
Next game is Detroit in Philadelphia.
Oof.
See, I don't know.
Yeah. Like,
I
are they
know
gonna
there's-
Are they going to have Deshaun and Alshon back? Are they going to be healthy for this game?
I don't think so. I what I know though is I'm waiting for the Eagles to fall. Like I know that there's going to be a week where they just collapse due
Yeah.
to all the injuries. I think this might be the one where they're just not as good. Like the Lion, where's it at?
He's out for 2 weeks. Deshaun Jackson is.
Where is
Great.
is the game?
It's in Philadelphia.
What
Ooh,
about
so then
Alshon?
Philadelphia is probably going to pull through just because of the fact that it's at home. I was just going to go off of whoever won the home game, whoever had home field advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
could see that.
I-
It's such a close game.
It could go so wrong though because Carson Wentz could get hurt, or just
Yeah,
their
it
lack
seems
of
like
their
he's on
lack
the
of
breaking
weapons in
point.
general. Now that there's been so many injuries and they've had an offensive
I
lineman
mean, they
go
still have
out
Zach
and-
Ertz, I guess, and
Yeah.
like their other wideouts.
They do have a couple of weapons, and I guess Carson Wentz is still playing. They should pull it out, but
Yeah.
the Lions' lack of defense is where I have to lean towards the Eagles at.
Yeah.
They're saying that Deshaun Jackson and Alshon Jeffrey could each miss 2 games.
So they'd be out this game too.
Yeah.
Is it that including last game as a game missed?
No, I think it might be just the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, it'll be the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
Jeez.
they
Wow.
played 2 games in the next 10 days.
oh,
Yeah, that's right.
Lions and then Packers.
oof. That's good for them Cowboys though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
That could be a couple of L's right there.
Maybe the Lions win this one.
I mean, they could.
They could.
That's what I was saying.
They can beat any team.
Beat the Chargers.
Yeah, but like
They beat the Chargers. Oof.
I think I'm going with Detroit. That's my pick.
I'm going to stick with the Eagles. Like, Carson, I feel like... I don't know if they're going to lose 2 weeks in a row, bro. I feel like they'll probably win this game.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, the Lions have some offensive weapons, and the Eagles kind of lost a bunch of theirs. Plus, the Eagles have a pretty subpar secondary. And Matt Stafford can sling the ball to Kenny Galladay.
I think
I
I'm
don't know
gonna,
the other, I don't know the other wideouts.
I think I'm gonna go Detroit. Due to the fact that I think they have momentum now.
Yeah.
Just because they won
That was
that
a
game, I
big
think they
win.
feel
That
a
was a big win
lot
for
better, even though they've won by 3 points. I still think they can pull something out against the Eagles, and the Eagles are just at a bad state of mind right now.
That is true.
And with Alshon,
They are defeated. Their morale
Alshon
is low.
and Deshaun Jackson out, that's 2 big hits. to
And
the
Carson Wentz with
offense.
like bruised ribs,
Carson Wentz
probably.
with some bruised up.
Bruised and banged
I'm going to
up.
stick with Philadelphia.
Who you going with, Caleb?
I'll go with the Lions.
Lions.
I got to stick with Philadelphia.
It's fine. I mean, it's a good pick. So.
The next game is the Jets and New England.
Patriots.
I mean, it's an easy
Patriots.
pick. Like,
Yeah, we don't
they
have
just
to
got
discuss.
dismantled by the Browns.
And they're on their...
Sign Colin Kaepernick.
Like, as of right now, Le'Veon Bell is their second-string quarterback.
Yes, as of right now, Le'Veon's their second.
So-
the running back.
That's enough said about the Jets.
Oh
And
my
we don't even need to
God.
talk about the Patriots. Everyone knows what the Patriots
Everybody
are
knows
about.
what they're about. Yeah.
Yeah, especially if AB plays.
So might as well not waste our time.
Next game is the Raiders in Minneapolis to face the Vikings.
This I could see
Ooh.
going either way, in my opinion.
The Vikings are going to pull through for sure.
I think the Vikings are going to pull through on this one, too.
The Vikings are just look so well-rounded. I know you guys sleep on Kirk Cousins, but I sleep on him.
consistent.
I sleep on
I
him
sleep on
some
him.
too, but I think he's limited, but I think he's good enough to get the job done against the Raiders.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's a lot of teams that they just can't beat due to Kirk Cousins' lack of scoring. But I think that last week, like, when you look at it, they did have a Stephon Diggs touchdown that was, like, called back.
Yeah.
That didn't affect on the score. There were just a lot of penalties that went towards the way of against the Vikings. So I think that they just didn't look as good as what they actually played last week. So I'm gonna have to go with them.
I think
again
they
this
played
week.
the Packers close against the Packers defense that's a lot better
Yeah,
than the Raiders
the Packers,
defense.
like we were talking about, Packers D's not terrible this year. They're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who you going with, Caleb?
Vikings.
Who you going with, PJ?
Vikings for sure.
Vikings all the way around.
Yeah. They have more to prove. That's just that.
Next up is Baltimore and Kansas City.
Oof. This one is going to be a shootout.
Maybe
I
it'll be a
have
shootout.
the
Two
Chiefs.
fast teams.
I got the
going
Chiefs,
head to
though.
head.
I feel like I don't know. The Ravens look so good in week 1, but then
They
in
played
week
the
two,
Dolphins.
but then in week 2, they didn't look as good. It was
As
a close.
dominant.
Yeah, it was a close game.
But the
Yeah.
Cardinals, I don't know.
I feel like the Cardinals will
Got
look a lot.
better.
I feel like they'll look a lot better.
As the season goes on.
Yeah, than what they're looking right now. So I
Yeah.
mean,
And-
maybe like 8 weeks from now, they look at it and you're like, hey, that's a good win, against them good Arizona. But as of right now, I don't know if Arizona's that good.
Right.
So I mean, I wasn't too impressed. I was actually surprised that the Cardinals put that much up on the Ravens defense. And
Yeah.
I was honestly surprised that Lamar Jackson didn't put up as much on their offense or on the Cardinals
Cardinals
defense.
yeah.
I think the Chiefs
So-
play different in Arrowhead Stadium. I
The
think
Chiefs
they
just
do.
play
Better
different in
in it,
general.
yeah.
They just win now. They've created a formula.
I
A
can
formula
see it.
where
It's
they
Andy
just,
Reid's year.
I can see it being a 70-point scoring game. Just offensive shootout.
gosh, I hope so.
That'd be
Marquise,
dope.
That'd be-
having
yeah.
Marquise Brown.
Yeah, I have Lamar in
I-
my other league, so as long as he gets 25 plus, I'll be happy.
I hope for an offensive shootout, but I'm going with the Chiefs.
I'm
Yeah,
going with the
Chiefs.
Chiefs
I hope
as
so
well.
too, but at Arrowhead, I gotta go with the Chiefs.
Yeah, it's
In
all
Baltimore,
Chiefs.
I could see it being a different story, but I don't know. Like you said, they played the Cardinals, which right now they're just like a mediocre team.
Next game up is Atlanta going to Indianapolis to face the Colts.
This is a good one.
This is not too hard for me.
It's
Me
not?
neither.
I feel like the Colts lack a quarterback.
I feel like the Colts are
Jacoby
overrated.
Brissett
They're
is
overrated.
a pretty good quarterback,
No.
in my opinion.
He's not.
He's
he
been
won't.
solid.
He won't get any job done for you, bro.
He's been
I think
solid.
I think you like him a lot more than what you actually do, just because you have Ty, or
I
you
have
had
Ty.
Ty and you like Ty, so you want them to do good. Just the story of it.
No, I think Brissett's a solid quarterback.
Just
I
like
mean,
Teddy
I
Bridgewater.
think Atlanta's going to win this game.
I'd say Jacoby
but,
Brissett's probably like 24th ranked quarterback.
Yes.
I'd say like 25,
25,
25.
He's like
Maybe
20.
22. Maybe.
He's like 20, maybe 19.
But then you look at the Falcons; they just have an explosive offense, especially when you saw last
Their
week
offense is
at a
good.
Julio and Calvin Ridley both.
They
you
got
saw,
it
you saw them
going.
both popping. Like it's usually just
Yeah.
one or the other. You know,
Yeah.
one's popping, one's not. Well, both of them were firing, and
They also
looked
faced a
really
very
good.
bad Eagles secondary, though.
Matt
Yeah,
Ryan
but
threw
even-
2 picks
even
in the
then.
third quarter.
Matt Ryan did throw a lot. What'd you say? 2 picks?
2 picks in the third quarter.
Yeah, he threw
didn't
3 for the
3
game.
for the game.
But even then, they still got it done,
yeah.
It's true.
despite all those.
I think I'm gonna go with the Falcons, but I mean, I
So
do think Brissett's a solid.
If you got to think
quarterback.
about it, that's 3 more possessions that the other team had than
Yeah.
their offense. So
Crazy.
and
We
they
all
still
going
managed to
with
win.
them.
Still
Yeah, I'm
won.
going with the Falcons.
Falcons. Yeah. that's
Falcons all the
simple.
way across.
I got Matt Ryan and Calvin Ridley and Julio in my other league. Got to go with them. But I do have Marlon Mack, so like, that one's tough.
Next game, the Broncos travel to Lambeau for a match with the Packers.
Is this the Packers?
Yep,
The Packers are looking pretty good.
the Packers are looking great.
Starting
The
to warm up.
Broncos just fell apart against the
Yeah.
Bears.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they got a 2-point conversion and would have won it. So
The Packers beat the Bears. Right?
Breaking
The Packers
news.
beat the Bears. Yeah.
Breaking
The Broncos
news.
lost to
what's
the
the
Bears.
breaking news, buddy?
Breaking news. Antonio Brown will not face charges for sexual assault.
No way.
I just got the
Yeah.
notification on my phone.
Can you read it, please?
Damn.
It says Antonio Brown won't be prosecuted over sexual assault allegation due to the statute of limitations. DA announces.
Thank you, Robert Kraft, for being
I
the
should have took the
sex
trade.
god you are.
Yeah, I should have known.
Robert
that
Kraft would have
Robert
pulled
Kraft,
something out of his
being
ass.
his owner,
He probably bribed
billionaire,
him. He probably bribed the NFL commissioner.
I could definitely
I can see it.
There's a lot of
see it.
black magic that goes on up there in those
Especially the
offices that we don't
Patriots.
know.
They make
Yeah.
a shit ton of money a year franchising.
Oh yeah.
Think about that. And AB's going to start. They're going to the Super Bowl. Unless the Chiefs beat them. I think it'll be Chiefs and Patriots.
Do you still want to trade
championship.
AB away now?
Nope.
I wouldn't.
Hell
Unless somebody's giving up Zeke.
no. First week into the fucking him being in the Patriots, he turned up against the Dolphins.
Yeah, he had 57 yards, but he had a touchdown that was like really insane. Like he
Like,
was covered really good.
That's pretty good for starting on a team and doing.
Yeah.
There's
that
only
good.
one of
Like,
two
And Tom
teams
Brady
in the
passed
AFC.
bad. Tom Brady passed really bad that
No
game.
way.
I
Yeah.
wonder if it's just. it
43
says.
nothing.
It says over allegation. I know there was 2
There's
allegations.
two.
So
I
I
don't-
wonder.
I don't know
I wonder
if
if
the other
that's.
one's
I
still
wonder if that was
Oh,
just
the allegation of
referring.
what?
There was 2
Sexual
sexual
I know,
assault.
what was that? Was
This
that sexual
one-
assault?
It just says
Yeah,
allegation.
So that's it said allegation, not plural. Meaning I don't know if that just meant both of them or if it just meant one. I'm assuming it meant both though.
Well, one was a rape allegation.
I'm sure-
The other
I'm
was just
sure-
like a sexual misconduct.
That's what this
allegation.
one was, I think, sexual assault. So maybe the rape one's still out there.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I know the YouTube Antonio Brown farting video is still out there in front of
Yeah.
his doctor.
Yeah,
That's
they were gross too.
They were nasty farts.
yeah.
He ripped ass.
Antonio Brown's a psycho.
Antonio Brown won't face prosecution for alleged Pittsburgh incident. Police will not look into the first 2 alleged Antonio Brown incidents.
Oh, there you go.
Antonio Brown, yeah,
Oh,
just
shit.
says that shit.
There you go.
So thank you, Antonio Brown, for probably being a raper and getting away with it.
Okay.
I still think you did it. He's on my fantasy team.
He probably did it.
I think you
Probably
did
did.
it.
I mean, especially like when you look at all of these players, a lot of them come from like nothing, like from poverty. You know, they come from not having a lot.
Like me.
Then to just getting just millions and millions of dollars. You know, just you get instant fame, you get instant money, you just get girls all over you because you're an athlete. You
I
know,
came
So
Like,
you
I'm
just
sure,
expect it, probably.
I'm sure
Yeah.
at that point
And
he was just
who
like,
knows the situation? Only he
exactly.
does.
So like, there's
Yeah.
two sides to it, but like he
Yeah,
could have
I
been just
guess.
been on cloud nine, you know, thinking like I'm the fucking man. No one can tell me what to do because I do all this. You know,
Think
Yeah.
about him now.
Me and him are similar.
How? Give me one thing.
Him coming up from the slums of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and me coming up from the slums of Pittsburgh, Kansas. Both cities named Pittsburgh.
Every house here is in the
That's
slums.
That's the only
Bro.
similarity is Pittsburgh.
The
I grew up in the
slums.
countryside.
You did grow up in the countryside.
One of the most dangerous
Oh,
spots
shut
in
up.
Kansas.
bro, we get it. You're a clown. You're a fool. You're a buffoon. You're a child.
Okay, we were going over to the Green Bay and Denver game before that news came up.
Green Bay.
It's an easy pick for me. It's
Green
Yeah,
Green
Green
Bay.
Bay. That was easy. That was easy.
Next game is Miami and Dallas. Another
Another 4 sweep.
yeah,
I
another,
think I'm gonna-
another sweep.
I think I'm gonna have to go with Miami this week.
Oh.
Dude, Ryan Fitz, it's his week.
Fitzpatrick's about to go off.
But Teddy Bridgewater obviously better than Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
And that's the only quarterback he's better than.
No, he's a prodigy.
No.
The prodigy
There's-
that's a second stringer. That makes
He's
a lot of
under
Nice.
Drew Brees. Drew Brees is the master.
So
and he's
yeah,
like
yeah,
prodigy.
yeah. He has,
Okay.
yeah, he has a good coach to learn from, and yeah, he's a good. He has a good quarterback above him, but that doesn't make his ability any greater. It just makes his knowledge better, if anything.
Teddy
Yeah.
Bridgewater is a once in a lifetime talent.
I mean, yeah, but no. He's a Pro Bowl 2015 Vikings quarterback. Like, he's not that good.
He is good.
Not.
I think he's good.
He's okay. We're back on the debate where Teddy Bridgewater, is he a good quarterback? No, he's not a good quarterback.
He
He's
is a good
an
quarterback.
average quarterback.
Average.
He's above average.
He is an average quarterback.
If he's above average, why didn't he just get traded
'Cause he's a
to
good.
start on a
He's a
team
good
that needs
above
a
average
QB?
quarterback to back up Drew Brees, just for a case like this where Drew Brees gets hurt.
Nobody would have saw that coming.
And when Drew Brees retires,
How many touchdowns did
Bridgewater
Teddy
coming up.
Bridgewater throw last week?
I don't
Zero.
think any.
0. He threw 0.
Oh,
He
I
was
don't
ju-
think any.
He was just chilling.
He's just chilling.
Oh,
He's
he
that
was
man. It's the
chilling.
biggest
He didn't-
game
he
of the
didn't wanna
season. I
show
might as well
off.
just chill. My quarterback just went out in the first 5 minutes of the game. I'm just gonna
Bro.
chill.
I'm not gonna dedicate this game to him or nothing. One of the
No.
best, one of the best QBs.
He'll be fine.
Teddy Bridgewater. Don't sleep on him, man. That's what you guys are doing.
I'll hibernate on him.
Yeah,
That's the problem here. Is yes, I'm going
Yeah,
to sleep
okay.
on
Keep
him.
doing it then, dude.
I'm going into a coma on Terry Bridgewater.
Terry, his name is Teddy.
It's Teddy.
Teddy. See, I don't even fucking know his name. I'm already in the coma.
He's a Geno Smith caliber player.
No. Anyway, the Dallas Cowboys are going to obliterate the Dolphins.
Yes, we
It's not
know
going to be
this.
close.
We know this.
The Dolphins aren't winning a game this season.
Probably not. No, they have 2 chances, and it's against the Jets and somebody else. So
I had faith in Fitzmagic week 1. We saw how that went. So
yeah,
I'm never going with the Dolphins for the rest of the
I'm never going for the Broncos ever again. So
interesting.
3 weeks in a row, everyone's gonna go Cowboys. I'm
Yeah.
hyped.
yeah, it's an
But-
easy
but-
pick. It's Miami.
Think about the teams they've played:
It's Miami, brother.
the Giants, the Redskins, and the
I'm
Dolphins.
just once they're undefeated and have just such a good record. I'm just
Not going to be undefeated.
I'm just excited to see how you guys are
Who
going
they
to
play
pick
next week?
once they're legit.
No,
Who
I
they
think
play?
they're.
the
I think they're
They play
legit
the
already.
Saints.
Next week.
No,
No.
they play the Saints this week. No, we play the Saints. Seattle
Oh, yeah,
plays
play
the
the
Saints.
Saints.
And
Next
then
week.
next
And
week
next
the
week is
Cowboys
Cowboys.
play the Saints.
Which you have the Saints beating the
I
Cowboys.
don't.
You do because
You
you
did.
said you
You
did.
did.
You literally
You
just
did.
said it earlier.
And you got the Saints beating the
Alright.
Seahawks this week.
All right.
The real question is though, Zach, do you think Dak's gonna get a contract extension this week after he blows up against the Dolphins, or do you think
He
he's gonna
doesn't
wait?
deserve it.
I bet it'll be
Probably
middle
not.
season. Middle season or
He's just
later.
gonna keep showing out.
I
keep
honestly,
driving up
I
the
honestly wonder.
price.
I have a couple of theories behind it. Actually, like I think that either one, he's just gonna give Dak his money, which
Yeah.
Dak was thinking right around like, I don't know. Dak went on an interview and he said something about how he's not gonna. He says at the end of the day, if I'm not the highest paid quarterback, like implying like he might take a deal less than.
Mhm.
Meaning, though, if it's a deal like that, it could be sooner than later. But
Right.
if they're asking more, like his agent's asking for more, then Jerry Jones could be like, all right, man, if you're asking for that much, I respect it because I respect what you've done for us.
Mhm.
So I'm going to have to wait to pay you, though. And we'll
Make sure
if,
you're
if
consistently
you
doing
win us
that.
if you win us a Super Bowl, shit, I'll give you $45 million a year. I don't care.
Yeah.
You're winning us a Super Bowl. Like, that's all he wants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't make it out of the NFC.
Or even
What?
a run. Even
won't
a
make it
run
out of the
at that
NFC.
point would
He
be
won't
good.
make it out of the NFC.
Nope.
What does that mean?
In the
Like-
playoffs, he won't make it out of the NFC.
Have you lost it?
Dude, the Packers, the Rams, the Saints, the Seahawks.
I'd say if anything,
The
the
Cowboys.
chances have rose for the Cowboys just because of the fact that Drew Brees is hurt
Yep.
now. So
But Teddy Bridgewater, like I said.
Here we go
Oh
again.
my
5-1. 5-1 the next 6
No,
weeks,
I'm just
boys.
Saying, I'm just saying, like I've said, he's gonna do
Yes.
good. He's gonna
All
keep
right,
him
yes.
in the playoff race,
okay,
and
so
Drew Brees is gonna
you
come
said
back
he's
and
going
ball.
5-1. We got
in the
you.
next 6 weeks.
Or 4-2.
No,
Okay,
you
so
gotta go
5-1.
with the Saints.
5-1. You got him.
5-1, guys.
5-1.
So I think we're all going Cowboys here.
Yes.
Yes. Next game is the Giants in Tampa Bay.
Oof.
Which
The Giants.
Tampa Bay coming off a pretty impressive win against the Panthers.
I see. It's interesting
Yeah.
just because the fact that Daniel Jones is now coming into the game. So
It's
like
his first
and
game.
Yeah, first game jitters.
exactly his first game, and like we said, we don't know how the Giants are going to handle what their what is their
What their
playbook.
game
Yeah,
plan?
like what is their game
Hmm.
plan? Are they going to just say, all right, we're putting in this new guy just to see what he does, and the season's still now, or it's saying, screw it, full gas on the pedal, and you're just pushing.
I hope it's full gas.
Yeah, I kind of want
Yeah.
to. I want to see how the Giants add up, just with the new quarterback. Their new running back.
All
Just
in,
just everything going at once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd
But-
But I think
that'd
I think Tampa Bay's
interesting
gonna
to
win.
see.
Daniel Jones first game jitters. I think
He's
they
either going to
lose.
have the first game jitters or he's going to perform really well.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll have anybody really to throw to perform.
I have the
very well.
Bucks.
I don't know about this one.
I'm going with Tampa Bay.
They're both solid teams. Not great, not bad. I mean, I don't have faith in Jameis Winston ever.
I don't know. I mean, Jameis Winston's like a hit or miss. He could put
Yeah.
up for so many yards, and he could just throw and throw. Hit Mike Evans. Mike Evans could actually pop out for once. I know all the fantasy.
And Chris Godwin.
I know the fantasy owners are pissed.
I think
at
he will
Mike
pop
Evans.
off against the Giants defense.
You think so?
Mhm.
Yeah, I could see that.
I could definitely see that too.
Peyton Barber
Um,
did pretty good, didn't he?
Peyton Barber did do pretty good. He got like a
14 points.
he got like a 25-yard touchdown.
That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Every
That is
every
good.
once in a full moon, he does all right.
Yeah.
I think
He
There's-
goes back to doing
I think I'll
trash.
start to do better.
I really hope that the Tampa Bay Bucks just kind of get going. Like I want to
that'd
see
be
some.
cool.
It's
That'd be
just
cool to
kind of
see.
unfortunate just to see them just.
Right
played
now they're first in their
terrible.
division.
I don't know how.
They have a poopy division.
There's like 3 teams in their division that are 1-1, but their division record is better than all the other teams.
Crazy. I feel like this game could go either way, but I think I'm gonna have to go with. Oof.
Just strictly off of like
You got the Bucks, PJ.
the heart
I got the
rate
Bucks
team has.
because of the defense of the Buccaneers was actually really impressive against the Panthers.
Yeah,
They stopped Christian McCaffrey.
and the Panthers are a better team than the Giants for sure.
Oh yeah, and it's Daniel Jones' first week,
That's what I'm saying.
so it is a gamble to pick the Bucks, but it's also a gamble to pick the Giants because you don't know how the Giants are going to do.
Right.
But Saquon could blow up too, so it's like okay,
Yeah,
I don't know, but the Giants' defense is like
Mike
too.
Evans could blow up.
Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. Could
See that? Yeah, exactly. There's just opportunity on both sides for each of their like best opportunist player to blow up. So I mean, I feel like I'm just gonna have to go with the Bucks just because I feel like their quarterbacks. I don't even necessarily want to say Jameis Winston's better than Daniel Jones right now. I guess just the fact that it's Daniel Jones' first
Yeah, we
game.
haven't
It's
seen
his
Daniel
first game.
Jones.
So I can't. I'm just scared to see what I see out of him. I feel like he's gonna play good, but I don't know if they'll be good enough to win his first game. You know.
Yeah.
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 I'm gonna go with the Bucks.
You
Yeah.
got the Bucks. Another clean sweep. Next up is Carolina and Arizona. Panthers versus Cardinals.
Oof. I wonder how injured Cam Newton is. As far, I feel like his ankle's probably hurt.
Also, Christian McCaffrey didn't have like the best week last week, but that could have been a fluke.
Yeah, Like, what was up with that?
He re-aggravated a left foot sprain and may not play Sunday against the Cardinals.
So he's questionable.
So he's questionable against the
Yeah.
Card. That's so bad for me because I have DJ Moore.
I have Christian McCaffrey.
He picked up DJ Moore.
I had to. That was like the only other wide receiver I could.
Mhm.
I'm just stacked. I have like no wideouts stacked in RBs now. Like
Yeah. I mean, your quarterback's going to be fine. so-
everyone in the podcast, my running backs now are Alvin Kamara, Todd Gurley, and David Johnson. Or not David Johnson, Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry. Really good running backs.
Yeah.
I think your best one's Derrick Henry.
Probably.
I personally.
Like Logan offered me him last night, just out of the blue.
Well, now
He was
Logan
str-
has OBJ,
Mike Evans,
Mike
DeAndre
Evans,
Hopkins.
and DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, I gave him stacked wide
So
receivers.
so fuck you for that, but like it's all right.
You guys could get a trade off of him, like if
No, he's not willing to trade his wideouts at all.
He's a guru.
He's a guru.
He offered me that same trade, David Montgomery, A.J. Brown. And
so. Logan's team is a sleeper team then, but he was originally just trying to offer me Marquise Brown and Derrick Henry just for OBJ, and I was like, dude, I didn't even think that was fair. I thought I was trade raping him, just doing that, you know. And so then I was like, dude, just take Josh Gordon, you know, like there's a chance he might, you know, blow up, like make it look a little better. Just because Marquise Brown is going to blow up this year, I'm telling you.
Yeah, he will. He'll have a good rookie season.
honestly, this Arizona-Carolina game is going to be close if Cam Newton doesn't play.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go with the Cardinals.
I'm
They
gonna
put
have
up a good fight against the Ravens.
I'm gonna have to go with the Cardinals too.
Yeah, just because of the uncertainty with Cam Newton. Even if they had Cam Newton, I still think I would have went with the Cardinals just because of the fact that, I don't know, I was a real big sleeper on Kyler Murray, but he's been shown that he's got it.
He's just been sticking to it. You know, he just kept going. He hasn't given up on himself. He just keeps going out there. And playing.
That's what I'm so shocked by from him is just the fact that he does keep going even when, I don't know. There's been so many people that just said he wasn't able to do so many things and that he should have played baseball. And for
Yeah.
him just to do,
Yeah.
you know, just to play so terribly in those first three quarters and then just to carry himself, you know, and come back and tie the game and, you know, the game ends in a tie. And then ever since he's just been playing like that. I don't know. I like it. I like
I think
the story.
it's only going up from here.
Yeah, I like the story with Kyler Murray. I hope
Yeah.
he does good.
I don't really know who I'm going to...
Because the Panthers
this
could
week.
have, they have a good defense, but they also have Christian McCaffrey. I think that's the breaker. Christian McCaffrey. He had one bad game. The last game against the Rams, he had like 30 points.
Christian McCaffrey and Greg Olsen, right?
Yeah, Greg Olsen had a good game against the Bucks.
I feel like Cam Newton's still going to play.
I
He's
feel
a
like he
trooper.
is too.
Yeah.
So I might
I think I'm going to go with the Panthers on this one. Honestly.
I'm gonna stick with the Cardinals.
I'm gonna stick
gonna
with the
go-
Cardinals.
Larry Fitzgerald's been balling out for being 40 years old.
Kirk's
I
been
think-
balling out.
I'm gonna have to go with
Kirk's been
Schuyler
doing
on
good.
this one. I'm gonna have to go with the Panthers. I have to. I mean, I have DJ Moore. He needs to go off. Like,
Yeah.
Next game is Pittsburgh in San Francisco against a 49ers team that has looked great the first 2
Yeah,
weeks.
the
Yeah,
49ers
Steelers
have
team
been
has
balling.
looked
Good
subpar.
Dismal.
Yeah.
But they got a new quarterback.
I mean, yeah, it'll be Mason Rudolph's first full game. The San Francisco defense looked good against the Bengals, though.
San Francisco just looks good.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the Steelers are just looking bad. Just bad.
They look discombobulated.
Yeah. they thought that James Conner and Juju could be the new Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell, but it hasn't gone to plan, with everything.
And it still might with the new quarterback, but I still don't see James Conner doing what Le'Veon did.
I'm just surprised that the Steelers didn't try and find a replacement for Big Ben sooner, like a better
That
second
dude was getting
string.
old.
Yeah, like I would have started preparing a couple years ago. Honestly,
Definitely.
He's been getting dinged up a little bit there, and he plays in a tough AFC division where there's always just big dudes. So,
I think Mason Rudolph's going to be a solid quarterback, though.
too soon.
Solid backup.
No. Too soon. He's getting thrown in there too soon now.
But I am going with San Francisco, so.
Yeah.
Same here.
Same.
Yeah.
Jimmy G.
Me as well.
Next game
Jimmy's
is
been turning up.
New Orleans and Seattle.
Well, we already know who you
Who
picked,
are you
Scott.
going to pick,
I'm going with
Skyler?
the Seahawks.
No,
No.
you're not.
I
You're
am-
going with the
I am
Saints.
going with the Seahawks.
No, you said Teddy Bridgewater was
Teddy
going to
Bridgewater.
destroy that
I've
game.
just
You said
changed
3
my mind.
touchdowns.
I've changed my mind.
No. you
Nope.
can't.
No,
I'm
sir.
going with the Seahawks.
You
Nope.
can't.
So now you're sleeping on the Pro Bowl QB.
Yes, I am.
Why?
For
Why?
this game,
Oh, interesting.
Oh,
What about next
interesting
week?
you'd
I'll
say
probably
that.
sleep on him next week. But the other games,
So he's not going to go 5-1.
he'll go 4-2 probably. 3-3, 4-2.
So now you're
Oh,
just
so
changing
now-
your whole
Now it's
argument.
just all over the place.
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought about
This guy
it.
starts thinking about being bald. He's just like,
It's like, oh my God, I can't be
Yeah,
bald.
Bald. Shit.
Yeah.
Not the egghead. Baldness.
There's too big of stakes to ride on Teddy Bridgewater right now.
Then why talk him up, dude? You talked him up like he was a god.
he
you
was pretty
literally-
good. I
you
think
sat-
he was
you
pretty
sat
good when you
there
came
for
in
like
here.
10
talked him
minutes,
up like he
dude.
was a god. He could start over Mitchell Trubisky.
I think he'll be pretty good.
You literally made us go through all the starting quarterbacks lineup and just say yes or no.
And I thought he was good, better than like 6 or 7 of them.
You realize that 6 or 7 of them is like 26 ranked, and you said 20th. How's that add up?
I don't know.
I don't know either. That's why I was asking. I was just curious.
Dude, you're a bitch.
All I'm saying is,
You're a bitch.
is that Teddy Bridgewater is a solid quarterback. But he's not going to beat the Seahawks.
Wow. After you just fucking shambled my Seahawks. Like, oh, yeah. 300 yards and 3 touchdowns next game.
Yeah, 300. Yeah, for the next 2 weeks.
The next 2 weeks.
He could.
Because he did that to your Seahawks and my
5-1.
Cowboys, like just
He
trying to
could do that.
disrespect them like that. Like what?
He could if he was Jesus Christ, but he's not. He's a 2015 Vikings Pro Bowler.
Pretty good. Pretty good. We all going with Seattle?
Yes.
Yes.
Except you.
It should be,
I'm
except
going,
you.
I'm going with Seattle. So
All right.
next game is the Chargers, the Texans in Los Angeles to face the Chargers.
I feel like, this is going to be a good game.
Yeah.
I think the Chargers will win it.
I mean, the Chargers have
Almost got him this one.
Egghead Eckler
That's
and
the only
Phillip
reason.
Rivers.
And Austin.
And
But
Keenan
then-
Allen,
But then you look
Mike
at,
Williams,
they have Deshaun
They have Deshaun Watson.
and DeAndre Hopkins,
DeAndre Hopkins.
and J.J. Watt. I mean, you just don't know what you're going to get out of DeAndre Hopkins and Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Like, they're either highly explosive, both of them on fantasy are putting up like 40 points, or they're just not doing much, and they're just both, just kind of there.
Well, I think Jacksonville's defense is better than the LA Chargers defense.
They're a lot better than them.
The
I
Chargers
think.
defense hasn't been really doing much at all this season.
Well, it's because they're missing their safety, and they just somebody from the Chargers who was backing up that safety just got injured, and he had 7 solo tackles. So their safety
man.
position's like kind of fucked. Their secondary's kind of fucked.
Who, the Chargers?
Yeah,
So Deshaun and DeAndre could have a huge game.
they could have a huge game, but I don't know.
You said it was in LA?
It's in LA.
In LA.
Yeah.
That's the problem in
Yeah.
LA. I feel like a lot of these games, I'm just going to have to go with the home team. So, I mean, I'm just going to have to go with LA.
But I am going with the
But-
Chargers, yeah.
Just root,
But
root for the
It doesn't mean that I
home
don't
team.
think that the Texans are good. I think
Oh,
the
yeah,
Texans
the
are a
Texans
really
are
good
good.
team.
They're a good team,
definitely.
I feel like if the Chargers played the Texans at Texans home, I feel like the Texans would
Texans
probably
would
win
win.
that game.
Yeah.
Mhm. So are we all going with the Chargers? Or are you and Caleb?
I'm going with the Chargers.
PJ?
I want to go with the Texans.
Go with them, dude.
I mean, it's not a bad choice either way. Like,
I mean, just give me a second.
Just gotta look up.
He's
some
just
stats.
contemplating this, guys, because he's behind a few now.
I am.
He's behind a few wins, and he's trying to be as strategic as possible to where he can get back up in the race. So
That's why I had to
It's-
think, that's
it's
why
very-
I had to think
it's
That's why
about,
you had
very-
to pick the Saints.
Yeah, that's why I had to think about my.
so it's
Teddy
very
Bridgewater pick.
it's very understandable that you want to take a second because
Some of these risks you're gonna have to take just to
because you
regain the
either
lead.
stay with the group, and you just everyone gets a point, or
Yeah.
you go against the crowd.
and
and
that
then-
goes two ways.
And it goes two ways. You either don't get the point and everyone else gets the point and you don't, or you get the
Yeah.
point and no one else
There's the
does.
Saints face.
It's
So
a
that's
risky
yeah,
It's a risky
yeah.
situation.
Seahawks.
Or you could just like play it safe, go with what everyone else does, and if you take the point with everyone else, and if everyone loses,
Nobody
you
gets the
lose.
point.
Yeah, that's just.
Ooh.
I mean,
And this is a good matchup too. Like,
yeah,
think
this.
the
I
Saints
didn't know
could
the
go
Chargers
4-2
just lost
with
their
Teddy
second or
Bridgewater.
safety.
I think they could lose these first two against the Seahawks and Cowboys, but then they got the Bucks, the Jags, the Bears, and the Cardinals.
Pick him, dude. Pick him.
Pick
Pick 'em.
them. Pick them.
I
Pick
will
'em
in
right
the
now.
following weeks.
No, pick 'em right now. Pick him right now.
It's not that
All
week.
right,
so
all
I
right,
gotta
bro.
pick 'em right
So
now.
like these next 2 weeks
If
that are
you
gonna
pick
pass.
him right now, you get. Nah, I can't say that.
These next 2 weeks that are gonna pass, you're not gonna pick them. But then the next 4 weeks after, you're picking them straight, even after they lose one of them.
I will pick him for at least 3 of those weeks. The last one is the Cardinals, and that's iffy.
Yeah,
But I think he could possibly win that
I'm
one.
going with the Chargers.
So
I have to.
We all four went with the Chargers.
Yeah.
Next game is the Rams in Cleveland.
Baker doesn't look that good still.
Yeah,
That's all right.
Baker doesn't look as composed. And when you look at the Rams, they just have so many weapons.
Yeah.
Just left, right, defense, offense.
Running backs.
Yeah, running backs, wide receivers,
Jared Goff's starting
quarterback.
to wake up.
Yeah, they just have ballers everywhere. Like everywhere. Their wide receiver cores, they're just a bunch of small, just fast guys. Like they have Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, and Brandon Cooks.
Yeah.
Those are 3 good weapons
At
to
running
have
back,
on
they
offense.
have Gurley, and then they have Malcolm Brown as a
Yeah,
good
then you
backup.
have you have Todd Gurley, not to mention with those 3 weapons, and then you have Jared Goff, who's a young quarterback who's up and coming, behind him with an offensive line who isn't terrible, and then you on the other side you have a defense and Aaron Donald,
Yeah.
so who was the just overall number 1 player in the entire NFL
Yeah.
last season.
Yeah. So
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 I'm
they're
about to go
better
with the
than
Rams.
they're better than the Packers.
they're way better. And statistically, they're better than the Seahawks, and statistically, they're better than the Cowboys. But
It's not all about statistics.
you're right.
It's
So
about
that,
heart.
So that's what it comes down to. All these wins and
Heart
losses
over
are
hype.
so
Heart
crucial
over
because it all comes down to home field advantage in the playoffs, man.
And Lambeau's a great spot to have home field advantage.
That's
mean,
not going to happen though.
It's
It will.
not. It's not.
The Packers are dangerous.
They are not as dangerous as the Rams though.
Let's look at their upcoming schedule.
The Packers?
Yeah, I got it. I'm pulling it up for you. So they play the Broncos,
That's a dub.
Yeah.
and then they play the Eagles.
Dub.
That could be an L. Then
Dub.
they play the Cowboys.
Dub.
L.
L.
Lions.
3-0, 4-0,
Lions.
5-0, 6-0.
Could be an L.
possible L. The Raiders. I'm gonna go ahead and give that a dub.
Wait, hold on. The Lions are not a possible L, dude. The
Yeah, they
Packers
are. They're
a lot-
always a
I've
possible
been,
Packers are a
preach-
lot
I've
better
been
than the
preaching
Lions.
this since week 1. The Lions could upset any team possible.
Ever.
Like I don't care who they are. The Lions could upset them. I'm
The
not.
Lions
I'm
would
not too worried
I don't
about
think
it.
the Lions will beat the Packers.
And then you go
They'll
and
beat
then
the
you go to the
Raiders.
Chiefs. They're gonna
The
lose
Chiefs
to the
would be a
Chiefs.
close game.
The Chargers they could lose to. The Panthers, if Cam Newton is healthy, they could lose to. The 49ers, if they're balling with Jimmy G,
Dude,
they could lose to.
Stop it.
The Giants they'll
Stop
beat.
it.
The Redskins they'll beat. The Bears they could lose
Get
to.
some help.
The Vikings they could lose to, and the Lions once again they could lose to.
Get some help, dude. This is the dude that's talking up the Cowboys going 14-2.
12-4. The fuck.
All I know is dude, you act when we go over the schedule for the Cowboys, you act like they can never lose a game.
Did you not hear yourself on this podcast for like the past hour, bro? You've been sounding like a straight clown.
Not a clown.
You've been saying
You
this.
just went
you've
back
just been
on your
saying
word.
bullshit. Yeah,
Okay,
you've been
yeah,
a hypocrite
I did.
like 4 times.
I did think that Teddy Bridgewater, I did overhype him a little bit earlier.
No,
on
you
in the
overhyped
show.
him a lot.
So,
But
if you're sitting here speaking if you're sitting there speaking bullshit that you're going back on your own word, why would anyone why would I sit there and think, oh, you're right? If you went back on your own word, you
Bro,
know what
all
I
I'm
mean?
saying is you're wrong about the Packers. That's all I'm saying. You guys sleep on the Packers.
Yeah, I don't think they'll make the conference championship.
I think they'll make the Super
There's
Bowl.
so many NFC teams
No.
that are stacked.
No.
It's not like the AFC where there's like 2 superpower teams that you know is going to be in the finals AFC championship.
Every NFC team right now who is good are like equally good.
There's only like 2 of them, 3 of them too.
Who?
Chiefs,
In the
Patriots.
AFC.
You're talking about the AFC.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then the NFC, there's
It's like 6 of them.
there's a bunch of good teams that you can name.
I think the Packers will come out of the NFC.
Dude,
it's like the Falcons and the Packers. I just don't know.
I don't even know if they'll make the playoffs this year, man.
I think they'll make the playoffs in the wild card.
Yeah,
I think they'll win their
wild card.
division.
No.
I don't think they'll win the conference
The
championship.
The Bears don't look good at all this year so far.
Okay, why are you focusing on the Bears? Focus on
The
the
Lions.
Rams. Focus on the Cowboys. Focus on the
Dude,
Seattle Seahawks.
Dude, we were talking about winning their division.
Dude, the Vikings could win.
The Vikings could win their
The
division.
The Vikings could, but they
Yes.
already have a leg up on the Vikings beating them last week.
It's not like the
hard to
Cowboys.
beat
It's
them
not like the
twice.
Cowboys division where there's where there's just the Eagles basically that we're competing against. Then there's the Redskins and the Giants. These are all 4 teams that could contend for the playoffs. You have the Packers, the Lions, the Vikings, and the Bears. All 4 of which could win the division. Like if you were to sit there and say the Vikings are on top of the division, like if we were to go 10 weeks in the future, Lions are winning the division. I honestly wouldn't be that shocked.
But I think the Packers and the Vikings have a solid space in between, like a little solid drop off to the Bears and the Lions.
I think it's too early to say that.
Definitely too early.
All the teams right now are 1-1 besides the Packers who are 2-0.
I'm going with the Packers making the Super Bowl.
It's the hottest take of the year.
Fucking
It's
crazy.
hotter than the Browns.
And if they don't go to the Super Bowl, you get dropped down 5 points.
Yeah, how about we get-
How about we get that going?
Yeah,
That's
we
not-
bet
because
points.
it'll be
There
over-
we
it'll be
go.
over
Let's
by
do that.
then.
That could change.
It'll be over by then. It ends with the regular season.
You're right. But we could for sure start doing that though, making little bets for points, kind of like what Undisputed does,
Mm-hmm.
where they kind of like bet Mountain Dew, Diet Mountain Dew. They bet cases of them.
I'll bet
guess what?
I'll bet a case of Diet Mountain
Dude,
Dew.
we're betting points.
We're betting your hair.
Yeah, we're betting points.
I'm not betting points.
Why? Because are you scared of it that
You
your
don't have
Packers
to.
won't
Dude,
make it?
I'm not scared of anything.
You
It's
know
just
you're
the
a clown.
fact. It's the fact that there's always a chance that they don't.
All right,
and
so
always
let's-
a
You know you're
slim chance
trolling.
that they don't.
So
You
let's
You
put,
literally
And
said
that's
the
such a-
Packers are making the Super Bowl.
And that's such a big,
yeah, you're saying it so confidently.
but
let's
that
put
is such
5
a
points.
big bet to put it on, dude.
All right, you're
Losing
right.
my hair.
All right, you're right. You're right.
Okay, puss.
Let's put 5
Pussy.
5 points on the Packers not winning the division.
No.
So you know you're a
So
troll.
you know, you know
Yeah.
you're a troll. You know what you're
I'm
saying
not a
is
troll.
possible bullshit.
I
You don't
think
say-
that they'll win.
You're
that-
not. You're not saying
I
anything
think-
with. You say everything
I
with
think-
conviction, but with no.
I think
confidence.
there's a 60 to 70% chance that they win their division.
Then bet on
the
points.
statistical
And
man.
even if they don't, they'll make the wild card.
So make a gamble.
Make a gamble.
Make a gamble.
I don't want to make a gamble.
How confident are you in
Just
yourself?
like you not making a gamble with the Saints.
I'm confident, but I don't want to
Bitch.
make a gamble.
Yeah.
What a shame.
So shut your bitch ass up.
What?
What
Well-
the fuck's the next game?
Last game is the Bears and Redskins.
Well, ooh, this.
Mm.
I feel like Mitchell Trubisky has to do something at this point.
He's got.
I'm gonna go with the Bears.
Bears.
I'm not even
The
gonna. Start,
Bears.
I'm not even gonna
I'm going
argue
with the
from the
Redskins.
Redskins.
I'm going with the Redskins.
Y'all got it. Good for y'all.
I just think they played good against the Cowboys. That's the only difference.
They did, but their
Yeah.
defense isn't good enough compared to the.
The offense of the Bears is the worst thing I've ever seen.
That's
Besides
that's
the
it
Dolphins.
For picks for week
They have the
That's-
they have the
that's
best
what I'm
upside
banking
though.
on. Like,
They have the best upside, though.
It's about time they start waking
They do have the
Yeah,
best
exactly.
defense.
That's what I'm going. And exactly, their defense is going to keep their offense is going to keep the Redskins' offense at bay. But I'm just banking on the fact that their defense, the Redskins' defense, isn't good enough to where the Bears' offense will probably get their head out of their ass and be like, "All right, hey, we'll put up 20 points."
You know what?
Damn
Switch
time
me
we did
to the
something.
Bears. I'm gonna go with Bears too, because I think after that Broncos win, I think they have a lot of momentum. I'm with
Yeah.
moral right now.
That was
I'm with
clutch.
moral.
Yeah,
Because moral's
is
a huge thing.
Oh yeah, dude.
Definitely.
It really depends how your team's doing. I
Like
think
anyone
moral's
can
huge.
sit there and say, "Hey, our team's good," but like if they truly believe they're the shit, then they have that swagger and they just go out there
Especially
and
with
they
a
ball,
close win like that, they're just like, damn, we can actually do something,
Like I know I
They
always
could just
whatever sport
keep
I
that
was
momentum
participating in.
Now I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
The Redskins don't have a running back.
Now this guy's thinking about it.
They have AP, dude.
He's ass.
They have AP.
They have AP,
The vet.
dude.
Chris Thompson, bro.
Chris Thompson's not that good.
Who's their quarterback?
Case Keenum? He's solid.
Oh, what a baller. Top 10 quarterback in the league.
He's
Stick with him, Sky.
solid.
Sky,
He's
stick with him,
solid.
dude.
Dude, it's up to you.
It's up to you, bro. Go ahead and stick with your pick.
No, I'll go Chicago.
Then I'm going with the Redskins.
All right.
I'm making this week fucking interesting.
So either you fuck yourself or you just make moves.
Fuck it.
I feel
I don't really care. I'd
don't-
rather fuck up early in the weeks than later in the weeks. I don't
Yeah.
really care.
I feel that. I mean, and those ones that you're like picking by yourself, they're not even like, they're toss-ups.
Toss-ups.
So
Who
there's-
knows?
I mean,
The Broncos game was a toss-up.
if I was in your
Yeah.
position where I was down a few points, I'd be doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Like if I see three of us going and picking one team, I'd pick the opposite too. Just
And
to try
that's a
get-
close game, though, too.
Right.
Who knows?
That's all
So-
the games for week 3.
All right, yeah. I mean, I think we had a very interesting talk. AB's coming back. I'm excited about that. Lots of good picks. Schuyler thinks Teddy Bridgewater's better than a lot of starters. Very interesting choice of
The
words.
Saints are going to go 5-1.
Thinks the things are going to
49ers are legit.
49ers.
After 2 weeks of fantasy, Zach Kunkel now has the best fantasy team in the league.
You don't, dude.
Hot take from Zach.
Not a hot take.
You said my running backs were better than your running backs, bro.
I have 3 better running backs. You have 2. Your 2 running backs were better than my 2 running backs, but then I got Derrick Henry. And who's your 3rd?
David Johnson.
Yeah, my 3 are better than your 3.
Bro, I have Christian McCaffrey, Dalvin Cook, and David Johnson.
Yeah, I was saying
Fantasy
Todd
legends.
Gurley and Alvin Kamara.
Not David
You were,
Johnson.
you were just talking that
Okay,
Alvin
no,
Kamara
no,
would get 8 to 10
listen,
points for the whole rest of the year.
Listen,
And
with
that Todd
those,
Gurley wasn't going to get as much work as he did last
with those,
year.
that's what I'm saying. With those 2 paired up against your 2, they're better. But the David Johnson, adding David Johnson and me adding Derrick Henry.
So 2 out of 3
makes-
of my running backs are better than yours.
But what I'm saying, when you add the 3 and put the 3 points together, mine will probably put up more.
I don't know about that.
Derrick Henry is a star, I think.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry is better than Kamara
Sky,
and
did
Gurley
you
right
say
now.
Kamara's putting up 10 to 15 minimum?
Yeah. But then Zach says he's only putting up 8 to 10.
Sky just wants to argue from whatever opposite perspective.
I say
He's-
David Johnson
he-
puts up 5 points.
I think it's
next
shown
week.
this episode too. Like he'll
Maybe
argue from
7.
one perspective and then feel a different way, just for controversy. I understand, Sky. You want controversy with me,
All right, well,
hypocrite.
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 I'm not even a hypocrite.
Hypocrite this whole episode. You said the Saints are the gods.
I thought
With-
about it, dude.
Yeah,
It was,
you
in
picked
the heat, it was in
Seattle.
the
Think
heat of the
before you
moment.
speak.
Yeah. Well, fuck you, dude. Anyways, thank you for stopping by and enjoying our...
Next week we'll have special guests.
Yeah, next week we'll have...
Zach will be gone.
Will he?
Peace,
He
bitches.
said he'd be gone Tuesday. He said he leaves Tuesday, and we record
I won't
Wednesday.
be here, bitches.
Oh, yeah, he'll be
So
gone
we'll
Tuesday.
we'll
yeah.
probably have a couple special guests on if they can make it.
If they can make it, yeah, we'll see who we can get. Yeah, but thank you for stopping by. We'll see what happens this next week in football. I think it'll be a fun week to watch football. I think it'll be
yeah.
really awesome.
Really fun.
Except for the Eagles.
Watch out
We've
for
already been
Bridgewater.
through war.
I'll slump on
Watch out for
Bridgewater.
Bridgewater.
Anyways,
Why didn't you go for him?
yeah, why didn't you pick the
I
Saints, dude?
I think the Seahawks are
Thanks,
too
dude.
strong.
Thank you.
Too
Yes.
strong.
Oh my
Anyways,
God, you're
let's
such a
just
fucking
end this
hypocrite.
episode because this guy over here. Thank you guys for stopping
Clown.
by. Check out our Instagram, Twitter, Patreon, and we will see you in the
Clown.
next episode. Bye bye.
Adios.
Wow.